Hey everybody, my name is Jared Bendis. I'm the Creative New Media Officer for the Freedman Center for Digital Scholarship at the Kelvin Smith Library here at Case Western Reserve University. Did you know we lend movies? All sorts of movies. We have Blu-Rays and DVDs and even videotapes. Now, you're lending videotapes. Remember, some movies have only been put out on videotape. Don't get me wrong. If we had the movie on videotape and we need it, we buy it on DVD. Years ago, we even picked up an entire collection of videotapes from an art house VHS rental company that went out of business, which is really exciting. Again, we don't buy videotapes anymore. We buy DVDs. Sinbad is hilarious. Now, I want to go over a couple things about movies that'll make your life a little bit easier. Most of the movies that you're going to see that we lend on videotape are NTSC. That's the North American standard. That's going to be the US and Canada. NTSC videotapes play in your standard VHS player. You know what? They don't make them anymore. So you're going to have to come into the Freedman Center and you're going to have to watch them here, which is fine. We don't lend VCRs. You can't. They're just too breakable. Now, again, these are regular NTSC videotapes, but there are other standards. And if you ever encounter a videotape that's PAL or CCAM, you can actually watch them on certain VCRs. Right now, those VCRs are offline due to the pandemic, but you can come in and watch your regular old videotapes here. Now, if I look on the back of it, it's going to say things like PG. Oh yeah, it's rated PG. It's going to also say things like it's NTSC, and it's going to say that it is full frame or standard. This is not a widescreen video. And what happens is that most videotapes back in the day had the 4:3 aspect ratio from when TVs were 4:3. Almost all movies now and TV shows are widescreen or 16:9. So if you see the word standard on something like this, that means expect it to be a relatively squarish shape. All right, that's that. Really easy videotapes. And lastly, be kind, rewind. DVDs, Deep Impact, a thriller with brains. All right, when you're looking at DVDs, we do need to talk about some other things. Now remember, if you're going to watch a DVD, you don't have to watch it in the library. You have a DVD player in your computer and it will play your DVD, which is really, really useful. However, just like videotapes exist NTSC and PAL, DVDs exist NTSC and PAL as well. There are such things as international DVDs. And on the back of the DVD, it's going to tell you what region it is. We are region 1, and region 1 DVDs can play here on regular DVD players. Other regions can only be played in international DVD players. We have those in the Freedman Center. So if you wanted to watch, let's say, this movie here, which is a region 2, then you could watch it in our international DVD player, which makes your life a lot easier. Now that's really useful. Technically, if you put an international DVD in your computer, you never quite know what's going to happen. Sometimes your computer's going to go, great, I'll play it. Sometimes your computer's going to go, are we in Europe? I'll set we're in Europe forever. It warns you first, but you want to be careful before you put an international DVD into your computer that you pay attention to what it's saying, if it's saying anything. So again, we have NTSC Region 1, and this is a, PAL Region 2. This will play in your computer possibly, but it will not play in your standard DVD player that's hooked to your television set. So you should understand that when you're looking at international DVDs, if it says PAL, it will not play in your regular DVD player. And if it says a region other than 1 or region free, it may or may not play in your computer. It all depends. Now, there's all sorts of things that you can look at. I'm looking at the back of this. This one says region all. Basically, that means that even though this is an international DVD, that it'll play in any region. And also it says NTSC on the back. So NTSC, all, you're good to go. Play this in your computer, play this in your regular DVD player. This one over here, it says PAL, it says region 2. Again, PAL and region 2, it will not play in your regular DVD player. It may play in your computer, but you want to watch what it says carefully. And I love going through all these things right here. And again, it says PAL 16:9. That means it's widescreen. And this will not play in your regular DVD player. And I have another one over here. This one says PAL, and there's a little world, and it says 2, which means this is region 2, and this is PAL. So you will not be able to play this. Now, to make your life easier, down in the Freedman Center, we have regular VCRs, we have regular DVD players, and we have an international DVD player. So it hooks up to a television and it will play any DVD from anywhere in the world. It's called a region-free DVD player. And it was specifically purchased so that we could play DVDs from anywhere in the world. Not only is it region-free, but it will play the PAL DVD on a regular TV. And I will demonstrate that in the next part of this video. So I want you to realize that, again, when it comes to videotapes, the VCRs that we have in the Freedman Center are all going to be just for regular old videotapes. If you do run across a PAL tape, you can contact us. We can talk about what it is. We have special equipment for that, but right now it's not on the floor. If it's a regular DVD, take it home, put it in a DVD player. You don't have a DVD player, you say? Well, that's not a problem because we lend DVD players. You can actually borrow the DVD player, plug it into your laptop or your computer. Hopefully you have USB still. You can plug it in, and then you can play it in something like the VLC media player, and I'll show that at the end of this video as well. But really, really easy. So you don't need to watch the DVD here. You do need to watch the VHS here. Now you're gonna, and if it's international, technically this baby will play international tapes, international DVDs without a problem, but you might want to watch it here as well. You cannot plug this into your regular television. It doesn't work. Which brings us to my last type of video, which is Blu-ray. Blu-ray is an NTSC or PAL. Blu-ray is just Blu-ray. It's an HD standard. So you don't have to worry about that. What you do have to worry about is the fact that some of them are region coded. And unlike the regions of DVDs, where I think there are 7 regions of DVDs, there's only 3 regions with Blu-ray, and it's A, B, and C. And a lot of times it'll say A, B, and C on the back, which means it's encoded for the world, which means it'll play anywhere. This one over here has a little A on it, which means it's encoded for A. Now, how do you play that? Well, if you have a Blu-ray player at home, that's great. That's the way I'd watch them. We do not have any international Blu-ray players. Right up front about that. This is a Blu-ray player, but to get a Blu-ray to work on your computer is a little bit tricky, and I'm going to include instructions on how you can configure your media player to possibly play a Blu-ray. These instructions are provided without warranty. It's a little bit more delicate. It's trickier to watch a Blu-ray. We don't have a lot of Blu-rays, by the way, but I want to make sure that you're aware that it's a little bit different. So, to make a long story short, if you want to watch a movie that you've got out of the library, you can watch the videotapes right in the library. And we have VCRs for that. If you want to watch a DVD, we have them in every computer. You might have a DVD player on your computer. We lend DVD players. We have it in the DVD VHS combo, but more importantly, you can just take it home and watch it there. And then lastly, if it's international, you may be able to run it on your computer. Be careful, watch the menus. You may be able to borrow one of our players, which is useful as well. And then, of course, you can watch it in our specifically region-free international DVD player. That is a standalone player. It is not the one that's attached to VCR. Ooh, and of course, lastly, we have Blu-rays. You've got to have a Blu-ray player for that. We don't have any Blu-ray players out on the floor right now. We do lend Blu-ray players, and we go from there. So now that we've covered all the media that you can possibly borrow and view from the library and in the library, let's go take a look in the Freedman Center itself and see what best goes where. And again, at the end of this video, I will show you some tricks on how to make Blu-rays play on your computer without warranty because it involves software that isn't mine.
Wow, that was a lot of information. And you know what? Instead of putting everything in one video, we're going to stop right here. Tune in for the next video where I show you how things work inside the Freedman Center, and tune in for the video after that where I show you how to play videos on your computer. Thanks for watching. Oh, one last thing. The library's always doing upgrades. We're always making changes. So you want to keep your ear out because maybe we'll have a different DVD player that we lend, or maybe the VCRs will make their way back into the floor. So right now, this is good today, but we're always changing. And when we change, we'll make new videos and we'll give you new possibilities.